then shit, cause you there, man. You there. And I'm uploading
for about 30 minutes. For about 30 minutes. 25 minutes according to GPS. But about 30 minutes. Probably.
Discussions with Conquering Thought. There we go. And I will put P1 to indicate part 1.
In 10 miles, take exit onto Eureka Drive, Florida.
Yeah, so part 2 we'll start off with me doing this shit. Talking about this. Oh shit, I'm not putting...
So I kind of... I half punished myself, half felt like I needed to... okay,
Oh,
there's 3 halves. There's 3 halves. What happened?
I'm uploading to the wrong goddamn fucking account.
Oh. That's not great.
No, that's not great. I am not putting this on my wrestling account. And I had a nice little... fuck. Had all that stuff written out. It's annoying.
Yeah, that's what copy paste for.
That's what I did. Copy paste, kind of, sort of, ish. Man, gotta put the slashes back. It's annoying as fuck. Oh man. And then I gotta go to the other channel later and then delete the stuff out.
Yeah.
Arrgh. Stupid days and pill taking. There we go. P1. All right. What the hell was that? Oh, okay. I sit there and I'm like, okay, let me click on the damn playlist. And I'm like, where is October 2019? I'm like, why is this saying CR Fire Pro 2019? What the fuck is this? And, yep. Recording date today. I will set this to public or public.
Public.
And that's how I'm going to do that. Ow. All right. So it'll be done in 11 minutes. Cool. Set it to publish because it's going right the fuck up. Oh, shit. Okay, I'm not editing that then. All right. He snatched everything up away from me. All right, cool. Man.
You should fire your tech guy, I'm just saying.
I should. This is some bullshit. It's supposed to work with me, not against me.
Since we're all YouTubers, we all have to make that joke at one point, right?
At some point, yep. Fire the tech guy. Technically, that would be me, and I'm not even getting paid enough to fire myself. I can't even hire myself.
Well, I didn't even hire myself. I sort of like, I don't know. Like, all I do is the laziest of video uploads, like straight camera to publish. You know?
Yeah. Honestly,
that is how I do.
I'm not that far. I've honestly reduced myself to almost doing it that way. I just, I get the title and then I'll just do all the little bells and whistles of the date recorded, yada yada, date recorded entertainment, and then I'll just hit public and then publish. I don't do the end screen stuff anymore because I kept looking at my analytics and my end screens won't doing jack shit. So I was like, fuck it. I've done at that time over like 300 fucking uploads. So I'm like, the proof is in the pudding. It's done. It's done. And then two buddies like, hey, you should do those things that was proven that's not working. And I'm like, fuck you. If you was a real buddy, you would be suggesting shit that don't work. What?
So, question. Did you watch the debates?
I did not. I couldn't hear. Sidra was saying something, and she's picking on me, and I don't know how. So I'm gonna let her. And I didn't watch them. I didn't watch them, but I've seen so many clips. Okay, look. Okay, my first impressions before I even, because I saw that Sidra was like, "Oh yeah, debate's happening soon." My first thoughts were simply put this: the debates are full of shit. They're bullshit. Biden's going to get up there. Biden's going to get up there and say, "Hey y'all, let's just keep selling out and keep things the way they were back in the '90s when y'all didn't know shit, and we could run roughshod and blame like the Republicans, but say they were looking out for you." And you're like, "Yay!" Because Democrats, and that's it. And Elizabeth Warren's going to get up and say, "Look, I want to do all the stuff the Democrats are doing, but I also want to do some progressive stuff, but I don't really know how to do either. So I'm going to be like right down the middle." But definitely say that I'm against. I'm definitely against corruption, and I am against some of the things that's happened. But yet I will definitely be for that if I get the if enough people are for it. I will be for it. All that stuff that I don't like, and Bernie Sanders is going to get up there and say fuck all y'all, and everyone's going to say yeah, but you had a heart attack, so fuck you. And so I'm like, that's what it's going to be.
The thing is, the thing that about Elizabeth Warren is she's done too much stuff to make me think she's going to be another Biden. Not Biden, Obama.
I don't want another Obama. I want better than that shit.
Right. She talks a really good game, but she has massive inconsistency issues, and she you can't trust her at this point. Like,
you can't.
You're saying all the right things, but...
And she keeps saying access to Medicare. I don't like that.
Access or... Oh, I'm not going to take big money, but I'm going to do all this legalese bullshit to get the money anyway.
It's like bullshit. Yeah, it's like once you decide to take money, you're fucked. All right? You done fucked yourself. Anyone with some goddamn integrity in their vote and their sentience, if they're like, wait a minute. So how is she going to really support and do all the things that I would like for her to do that would help a lot of people if she's going to do the things that harkened into things that's hurting everybody?
Well, the most concise way to really say that is, how are you going to be fighting corruption using corruption? That's not real. That's not going to go anywhere.
And, it's
a circular firing squad.
It'll go to the bank. That's where to go to the bank.
It's like, I'm going to fight corruption. I'm going to use corruption. I'm going to fight corruption. I'm going to use corruption. Like, no, like, yeah, I get it that you're actually good about the legalese of the matter, but can we just get some straight honesty without all this legalese nonsense? Because half the time I can't trust you because of it.
And you know what? Once the trust is gone, it's gone. Because she's not... Look, damn it. I'm listening. And she said... it was like the first debate and then little things she had said at certain town halls. And when she talked about granting access... I believe in Medicare for all. And I think everyone should have access to it. And I'm like, what the fuck did you just say? How the fuck you have access to... Access to Open Door restaurant. It's open door, but you gotta have access to it. What, are armed guards outside of it?
Oh, I have access to the Lamborghini. I ain't gonna be able to afford it, but I have access to it.
Yep. Fuck that shit. And then Joe Biden being disrespectful to her. He's yelling at her and stuff, and I'm like, yo, man, you didn't do that to Bernie. You didn't do that to anybody else that was on any previous debate stage. You haven't yelled at anybody, but you're going to yell at her.
As far as yelling at her, it's because she's doing his job better.
Oh shit! Shit!
Like when you think about it, he's trying to come at Bernie, and be like, But then Warren's like, yo, I got all the good stuff. I'm progressive, and I'm laying the smackdown on your ass. You can't fight this. You can't fight this. And then he's like, shit, you're using my playbook. How dare you?
Yep. And you know what? Everything that Bernie's doing, Elizabeth Warren is coattailing. The only thing that Bernie coattailed was her wealth tax thing. And Bernie was I thought she did the thing first when she was like, we're going to, over $50 billion.
She announced her specific policy during the election cycle first. Bernie has been for it forever.
Ah, okay.
Like, he had a bill, like, I think it was 2005. It's either 2005 or 2014. I don't know why it's those 2 years that are popping in my head, but he's had a wealth tax on the docket for a while. So that's a new and improved one, but he had one forever.
Oh shit. Yeah, it is.
And honestly, a wealth tax isn't that complicated and isn't that hard of an idea to think about.
Man.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not giving either of them credit for thinking of the idea, because, like, let's face it, this is some easy stuff to think about. It's like, oh, they have too much money and are hoarding it. Let's tax the hoarded money since they're not using it anyway. Ta-da!
I taxed the fuckers over $1 million.
I mean, I'll give Bernie credit for a really in-depth wealth plan that even has the method to ensure they don't cheat the system. But because that's the thing. Yang was like, oh, a wealth plan isn't going to work because they're just going to cheat the system. But in Bernie's bill, he has the mechanisms in place to make sure that they don't cheat the system.
Yep. And but see, Yang made those comments. Yang made those comments before he saw the comprehensive layout of the policy, though.
Right.
No,
I don't know whether he actually looked at it or not. It's hard to say. But that's the problem with the media in general. He has the components in place on the wealth tax to ensure that ain't nobody going to be skipping out. But because the debates are these little clippy nonsenses, Bernie isn't being deceptive here, but he isn't explaining it fully because he doesn't have the time or the audience that will let him. So he has to be quippy. He has to be like fast on his feet. He's got to be like, yo, this is the. It's almost like debate isn't for informing. It's for philosophical it's philosophical masturbation. There we go. That's the words I'm looking for.
Debates back in the day, I don't know if anyone ever thought about this. And debates back in the day were great because while they formed their policy and their strategy, you can't hear from them because you're not going to be able to travel to where they're going, and they're only going to go to the most key points. So that shows that it's all a dog and pony show anyway. But then when you get on the debate stage on TV, nationally, everyone gets to hear what you are thinking, what you're for, what you're against, and all that stuff. And the debate was good to get people to listen and be like, okay, this person over that person, this person over that person. And since it was all Democrat, then it became what household wants to run with what. Now, with so much social media, websites, and everything to listen to, everything they've ever had to say on TV, any media area, the debate stage is meaningless. The only thing that the debate stage is for is anybody that is 55 and older that don't like to go on the internet, that think the internet is garbage and all this other stuff. And I'll be honest with you, just to jump in there in this little piece real quick, if you think the internet is garbage, it's because people made it garbage. It's that simple. Now, the debate stage.
No. The internet is a big place.
It is.
If you
And
think the internet's garbage, you ain't using it right.
Exactly.
You can find literally anything you want on the internet.
Yep. Any and everything.
Yep.
But
there is no chance that you will not find what you're looking for if you actually look.
when these people get on the debate stage, they talk about their policy, they talk about their plans, but every single time on the Democratic debate stage, I didn't hear it on the Republican. I didn't, but I hear it on the Democrat. Every time Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders got going trying to explain something at the core of it, okay, that's enough time. They always try to cut them off. Always. That is, they exploit the business of what's really going on. And people are so worried. Look, if you're listening to this, if you're hearing me, tribalism is stupid. It exploits our greatest weakness, which is our inability to think past our own damn nose. That's what tribalism is. Are you Bernie supporter? Yeah, so no one else. Bernie all the way. And you can be like that for Elizabeth. You can be like that for Joe. You can be like that for anybody. It could be Trump. It could be Pence. It could be anyone that's coming up with the Republican shit. It don't matter. If you are not thinking with, wait a minute, I need this in my life. I need that. Which candidate on either side is vying for it? If you're not thinking that way, you have absolutely screwed yourself. You have done a disservice to your intellect. That is straight up.
And honestly, along that same line, I had to defend Tulsi Gabbard a bit on some of the comment sections of the YouTubes. Because people were saying real dumb shit. Like, oh my God, she's a Republican. I'm like, what?
It might be some of the rhetoric that she has, certain little, like voting for certain wars and voting for certain things like that. No one's perfect.
No, she doesn't. No, she doesn't vote for that stuff.
Gabbard.
Yeah, her rhetoric on certain parts sound Republican, but what it really is libertarian.
What's the difference between libertarian and Republican? What's the difference?
Libertarian is not necessarily corporatist. Republican is.
But libertarian can't wait to take those big donations from corporations to let them do whatever they want to do.
That's why I said not necessarily. That's the difference. Libertarianism is all about, hey, freedom and equality for literally everything.
Right, so basically, if you don't have equality with this because you didn't do the things that we did to get it. Okay.
The thing with libertarianism that makes it so flawed is it's nearly to the point of anarchy on most things.
Huh.
And the thing with the Republican Party is they like talking in libertarian fashion. They don't actually believe it, but they like talking about it. And so when you hear someone else, even someone on the left talking in libertarian fashion, even if they're not fully libertarian, because I don't believe Tulsi Gabbard's fully libertarian, but she does use a lot of libertarian rhetoric.
When you hear someone talk about equality and freedom, yeah, you gravitate towards that. It's just what else is with it, That what else is with it? And people got to think about the stuff they listen to, the people, the rallies they go to. It's a bundle. If you go to that rally, if you listen to that candidate, if you listen to whatever,
I forgot to mention.
Oh, what?
The way that she's libertarian is mostly involved in her foreign affairs stuff, in the bomb stuff, because libertarians abhor war because that's the ultimate authoritarian move. War is saying, fuck you, I'm going to get it. I don't care. I'm going to kill you if you try to stop me. Right?
Yeah, war is what
That's
happens
what
when you don't know how to negotiate, when you don't know how to talk.
Yeah. So libertarian is the absolute opposite. Libertarian's like, excuse? You can't just be forcing people to do shit. And when it comes to foreign affair stuff, that's how she talks. And it comes off a little libertarian to, it comes off as Republican to some people who aren't paying attention.
You can't really blame it, though.
They start conflating it, and they start pretending that it's something that it's not, to the point where you start hearing someone say, oh, she's a Republican. And here's the thing. Her rhetoric, her ideas, her base philosophy is nearly identical to Bernie Sanders. She just has a little bit of that, a little bit too much libertarianism in her. Like just a tiny bit too much. Like she's Bernie, but with a tiny bit of crank in the wrong direction on one end and a tiny bit uncranked in the other. Because my biggest criticism of Tulsi Gabbard is that she does not. She plays too close to the vest and too scripted when it counts the most. But she's free and open in other areas. Like she's basically on like, and also on domestic policy, she's a little bit weaker than Bernie. So it's kind of,
I'm just saying, she's not Bernie. You know?
Yeah, she's not Bernie.
You know, you need someone that's going to, like Andrew Yang is the closest one to Bernie. Andrew Yang is the closest one to Bernie.
No, he's not.
That's my number 2 pick. He's better than Warren.
Oh yeah, he's definitely better than Warren. But as far as overall philosophy, Yang is a true capitalist, a libertarian capitalist.
How do you get this? Because I'm not a Yang expert. I'm not even going to try to pretend to be one.
No. His ideas are solely based on just the economy. Like he says, hey, the economy has to go up. It always has to go up. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the situation is. The economy has to go up. But he's also very libertarian. He wants equality and equity for all. But he doesn't want to force that equality and equity when if it were to affect rich people.
What's that shit?
So, yes, he would raise taxes, but he would not do so in a way that would necessarily actually change the system. Because he has to do a lot of whatchamacallit. He's like very universal. Like he's like, oh, I'm gonna give $1,000 to everybody every month.
That was the turnoff for me. Yeah. That was the turnoff.
Here's the thing: UBI has to happen eventually.
I don't know anything about UBI. I don't know what it stands for.
Universal Basic Income.
Ah, okay.
So here's the thing with UBI. UBI has to happen at some point because, like Yang says, automation is happening and we have to deal with it. at some point or another, automation will get to the point where a true market is not sustainable with the population. You'll basically have 50% or less of the population working.
Two things. I'm gonna kill every iota of rhetoric on this shit. Two things. First problem. People have a emotional Stockholm syndrome, all right, when it comes to capitalism. You got to make money. If you're making money, then what are you doing? If you're not trying to work, what are you doing? Second, no matter what, every politician talks about, you got to work. And they drill that shit in. Trickle down stupidity. You got to work. You got to work. You got to have a job. You got to work. You got to work. You got to make money. Question, why? Why? No one asked that question. No one asked that fucking question. Why do you have to work to get things to have a comfortable life with the only life you get? No one asked that question. And then you got Yang that says, look, everyone needs money so we can put money back into the system. So if you got money, you got money, you got money. And it's like, wait, why not, instead of giving us more money, you keep us where we are and then reduce how much all this stuff costs. Reduce it, back to the 1991 level of inflation. Reduce it way back then, instead of going out and you go to a fucking restaurant and paying $13 for a $5 meal, reduce it back to the $6.95 it used to be. Instead of giving us money to cope with an inflating price of capitalism, just kill the capitalism, just say, look, we're going to stop this and just bring it back. Why not do that? That kills all that rhetoric. Why are you trying to get more money to the system instead of kill the system that's already greedy and inflated and only hearkening, to take more money from the poor and then threaten the middle class, because that's the only thing anyone gives a fuck about anyway, is the middle class, and yet put all this money back into the upper class. That's all it is. It's a pyramid scheme, and no one sees it. Just throwing it out there. I don't think you heard much of that, and that's annoying. Thanks for the sneeze. Yep, I don't think you heard any of that. That bugs me. You don't have to hear it on. Okay, he'll have to hear it on the replay. No, I cannot hear you. But anyone listening, though, put in the comment section, why are we like that? Why can't we just stop this? Stop the need of money rising. Kill that.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I was able to hear your entire thing.
Oh, great.
So don't worry about that. Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, here's my continuation on the whole Yang thing. He needs to his solutions are all based in having the whatchamacallit. Oh, why is my head killing me right now? All right. His solutions are all market based.
Yep.
And yes, they would definitely be a huge help. But his over-reliance on the whole, markets can totally solve this issue. We don't need to actually do something specific to deal with X, Y, or Z problem, is a recipe for climate change to never change and get worse, and we're going to be fucked. On a separate thing, his whatchamacallit, he also doesn't have the like I don't trust him to deal with like social issues
Nope.
in a way that actually that makes sense, because yeah, he's all market based. He doesn't really care about social issues to a certain degree. Like, yeah, he definitely is like, hey, we got to be good people, but that's as deep as his thought process goes on that. Like, I haven't heard him really say much that makes sense to it. And whenever he does say something, it's always in the frame of, well, we gotta be good people so that the market works to the correct whatever. I'm like, dude, just be a regular human being for a second and not deal with that.
He's a corporate Democrat. He's not a progressive. You know.
No, he is.
Nah,
Okay.
bruh. When you keep going to the market,
he is some level of progressive. He is some level of progressive in, well, okay, that's my problem with the word progressive. You know me. I hate the word because it could mean way too many things, and he does actually want to progress, but the way he does it, I don't think will actually work.
Originally, progressive was for the people, by the people. You know, that was it. No capitalism, none of that shit. None of it. It was just for the people, by the people. That's what progressive is. Does it help people? Do it. Does it save lives? Do it. Does it harm anyone or anything? Don't do it. That was progressive. Simple and put. And it's been bastardized over the years. So that's all it is. So I leave it like that. That's how I view it. I don't do the no true Scotsman fallacy. Or if you're someone doing this, then you're not a real progressive. You're not a true progressive. You know, that shit Jake Uger and others do. Like, look, I punch somebody in the fucking face. That don't make me less progressive. That makes me somebody that don't want them to hit me first. Now, It's all about how you go about it. Are you paranoid? So you go out and punch somebody in the face? Then you're screwed in the head. But if someone is sitting there looking at you with that side eye, balling their fists up and start marching to you, at that moment, what you do? You back up. You say, whoa, I got nothing to do with this. I got nothing to do with this. You flee. You run. And if they keep coming after you, you turn around and try to wallop the shit out of them. I don't care how. I don't care where. If you break a knee, you break a knee. You break an arm, a rib, an eye, I don't give a shit. But they clearly won't leave you alone. And that's almost how, and I know this is bad to others' ears, but that's how I view, these Republicans and corporate Democrats. I'm like, you keep going after people and taking decency away just for your own greed and power. Eventually, the people are going to be like, wait a minute, man. It ain't about tribalism. It's about you, motherfuckers, and come after you as a whole. That's what's eventually going to happen. The problem is, I personally would like to see it within the next 5 years maximum. I should not have to wait, until somehow I die and somehow see what's going on 18 generations from me because people move that fucking slow. It's like, oh, look at them. They finally did it. It's 22:45. It's finally happened. Because people are so goddamn stupid. I don't. See, I'm trying to be serious and you're just laughing.
Schnackle stackle.
She's tickled in there. She is tickled.
Anyway, to go back, she definitely has the right idea on the. Oh. She has the right idea on basically all the issues. She's just not strong enough. That's the impression I get.
Oh,
I don't see
from Tulsi?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, she's not sharp enough. She's not. I don't see her actually. Maybe that's just a matter of she doesn't have the showmanship that she needs. Maybe it's as simple as that.
You know what? That's
Maybe I'm
possible.
wrong, and Huh?
That's possible, but on that debate stage, I didn't see Tulsi Gabbard.
Well, that's half because they basically told her not to do anything.
I saw Kamala Harris. And I'm like, why? Here's the thing. I don't do the self-identification thing. As a black man, I think she should be up there. Fuck that shit. All right? I ain't getting into that. I think anyone should be better than that. What I'm saying is, she ain't right. Because you think, all she is Joe Biden that was just mad at the racist shit. But past that, they're mirror images. That's how I see them. It's Joe Biden versus female black Joe Biden. It's just that the white Joe Biden actually had some power over her and she didn't like it. I'm going to move you out and do all the shit you would do anyway.
So black female Joe Biden is Kamala Harris. White female Joe Biden is Amy Klobuchar, which is definitely why they're pushing her.
Oh, really? That's why I just thought maybe, she would just...
Think about it. Her policies are identical, but she's sharper and more awake.
Sleepy Joe, huh?
Yeah.
Trumpy and shit. Sleepy Joe. Sleepy Joe.
I mean, when he's right, he's right. It's not that big a deal, you know?
I've noticed that Trump hasn't said anything about Kamala. He hasn't given her a name, a nickname.
You know why, right?
What? No, I don't know. You over there. I don't know why.
She's not on his radar.
No, she's not.
Hello?
And Sidra said that the reason that Trump hasn't given Kamala Harris a nickname is because she's not on his radar.
This is the Trump account.
Yeah, that sounds about right, honestly.
And she's like, hello, and he's
just looking over her, huh? She's like, hello, I'm down here.
And then she's like, hey.
Well, the thing is, after Tulsi destroyed her in that debate, it basically was. Ever since then, Kamala has just been a caricature of a politician. She hasn't even tried half. Like, I'm a politician. I'm super politician-y. Ha-ha.
And the fact that they're politicians is why they're bad. Politicians are...
That's what I... There's a good channel out there called Question Time, where he's just a political commenter. He's very typical about that.
Okay.
But what he does that I like a lot is he does those YouTube, like, they're basically tweets, but they're not really tweets. You know what I'm talking about? The little post on YouTube.
Yeah. Okay.
He does a lot of those during the debates. So you actually get to have a semi conversation with him.
Huh.
And a lot of other people at the same time.
In the debates, I can't even listen to debates like I want to, because I know I would miss like 90% of everything.
Well, I watched the two most recent ones because it is actually getting closer to the time where it matters.
Yeah, that would be what, November, wouldn't it? Isn't it?
When is the first? Well, the first actual primary, like state primary, is soon, right? It's like it's either December or January.
Oh, okay. So it's like, okay, all right. I'm there. I'm good.
Something like that. I don't know.
I'm getting my.
Maybe it is November. I don't know.
All these other goddamn voting shit, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is it?
Maybe it's February. I don't know.
Man, it better not be in my month. I don't want to do no voting in February. February is a no vote month.
Well, you ain't in Iowa, so.
I'm sitting here like, look, check this out. If all of this was important, if there was true equality, it would not be all about Iowa. It would be about every state.
Well, no. It's about Iowa. It's about Iowa because that's the first one, and everyone's like, we will have to have a really good first impression.
I'm like, yay, Iowa.
really that important in the long run. Everyone makes a big deal out of it because it's like, hey, this is how you get that really good first impression. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, just fuck, man. I'd be like, I'm out here in Iowa. It's almost like a wrestling promo. It's like, I come out to Iowa where only everything matters. And they're like, yay! It's like, my opponent sucks because tonight I'm going to kick his head in. It's how we're going to win. He don't mean shit. He's a liar. Look at him, his lying face. And they're like, yeah! And that's all it is. Just a bunch of fucking puppets and puppeteers and shit.
If they actually said that, if they actually said, yo, look at this lying-ass motherfucker, I would actually be like, yo, shit, that dude just called the dude a blind motherfucker.
I would vote for him then. I ain't gonna lie. First one to come out, I'm almost tempted for that. I'm like, man, because a politician actually saying some adult shit. Yes, I'd be like, man, I don't know about this. He might have something. If Bernie came out and said, it was like, what do you think about Trump? Be like, fuck him. I'd be like, that's it, done. Yes, Bernie all the way. If Elizabeth did it, I'd be like, damn, Bernie, she just shook you up. I don't know about this, man. I'm on the fences. There's just certain things.
That frankness, that easygoing frankness is why I'm so mad that Richard Ojeda dropped out so early.
Ojeda, that was, man, I was behind that motherfucker all the way.
I was ready to be like, yo, you want me to campaign for you?
Yeah, Ojeda, I was like, oh, he is saying all the right stuff.
Yeah.
I hope he doesn't leave politics. I hope he works well where he is and get things done positively. But
no, he's definitely still doing stuff, but like it's more local. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get you.
So, man, I just want to see more Ojeda. I want him to have a bigger power.
Ojeda made the mistake.
I did not think he had a chance to win the election unless he basically pulled a Trump. But I still wanted him to try. I really, really wanted him to try because he would have been epic.
If Ojeda was still in it now.
If Ojeda was on the debate stage.
Nobody. It would only be him and Bernie up there. It would be him and Bernie only. That would be it. I guarantee you. Joe would have been. They would have been like, "No, Joe, don't even try it." But Ojeda had the issue of he was a Republican. That's it. He was for Trump. That's all that did him in. Nothing else. Everything he said was spot on and it was right.
No, it was really not the Republican thing. It's the main thing that fucks over everybody. He did not have the cash to go on with the battle.
Yeah, he wasn't asking for small dollars on a like Bernie was. He kind of didn't really ask for. Not that I can recall.
He just didn't have. He didn't have the infrastructure to get as much as Bernie. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, that's for damn
been
sure.
Set up for like 6 years now.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he got that edge on him. On him.
Yeah, he's got that free money basically. You know?
Bernie is where Henry A. Wallace was. That's why I like Bernie. Nobody else measures up to that. Nobody else. Yeah. Ojeda was like a protege of Bernie. That's how he sounded. Yeah. Like, I came out, I got woke. What the fuck is this? But my only issue is, and no one ever really spoke about it with Ojeda, was it sounds like he's coming across with this empathy because of the military, but will it end there? Because he spoke socially, basically, everyone in equality, but it just didn't, it sounded like there's a chance that it's only about the veterans. That was my only issue. He kept hearkening to the veterans and the middle class way too much. I didn't hear anything about what they call the working class, the working poor. I didn't hear too much about basic basic
man.
income. I didn't hear too much about it. I'm just going on quantity of one rhetoric over another from him. You know, that's all.
Right.
Because I heard it all, but it's the quantity of it.
Yeah, I can see that.
Like Young Turks,
But like,
they're not for the little person. They're just for the middle class.
When he went on Fox Business, I think it was. I don't know if it was Fox Business or CNBC Business. But he when he was like, "Yo, you gotta have the middle class up because that's how the general populace function
Right now,
but
yeah.
you also gotta have a surviving and thriving lower class. If your lower class ain't doing shit, and things just keep getting worse, then the lower class will eat the rich.
Yep, I like that part. When he said that, I said voting for you. That was it.
That was like, yo, this dude just gave us the straight dope.
Yes.
Bernie's too polite to give us the straight dope.
And that's why I'm like, man, like I said.
Like, I know Bernie's thinking it. I know Bernie's thinking it to some degree because his actions reflect that.
Yep.
But but he's too polite to say it.
Man,
that's my other that is one of my major issues with Bernie. He is too polite at times.
Yes. He'll talk hard.
I'm like,
he comes across like, I'm right here in your face. I'm right there in your face. I'm doing this. But yet, he says nice things about horrible people. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
Like Donald Trump has no redeeming qualities. But he won't badmouth Trump.
No, he badmouths him, but it's like...
No, he don't badmouth him.
It's not that badmouth that you're like, damn, that stung. Like, that's just like, yo, he's just saying facts, and yeah, you're technically badmouthing him.
I just want him to come out. I would like to hear him come out and say, Trump has ruined everything. No, Trump has made everything that was ruined worse, and he's a horrible person in general. That's what I'm looking for. But he won't even say that. He's a horrible person in general. No, he'll say his policies are bad, his judgments are terrible, but he will not go after him. That's my problem.
I get the feeling that he actually has done that, but like it's just the thing is like the fire wasn't behind it. Yeah, I know he's definitely said what you're saying he should say.
Just not the way I'm saying it. I think that's all it is.
I think that's the main thing.
What?
You want Bernie to say he's a motherfucker and I will stomp him in the ground. Bernie's not gonna do
that. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
That
is what we want.
I will put the booster Trump. I will put him in the ground 6 feet under. That's what I want.
Just like Trump, but he's crazy ass.
Okay, not that extreme, but I'm just saying.
All right.
You know, I would like, man. It would. I'm waiting for if Bernie snaps and just says, "I will win this presidency, Joe, once you get out of my hair." And honestly, in all honesty, the truth is, this is already won by Bernie and Elizabeth. Everyone else is not going. It's not going to happen. And truthfully, I would rather be Bernie and Yang.
I'm like on a purely gut feeling theoretical basis. I agree with that. I agree that at this point it's just Bernie and Elizabeth. It's just this, and there's not much that can change that.
Elizabeth is the front runner. Elizabeth is the front runner because everyone that was
because the media's like, okay, we can handle her.
Well, yeah.
That's basically it. It's like,
but
hey,
at the same time, you
like
got
her on some issues, but we can handle her.
People are voting for her because they were like, we messed up and didn't get Hillary in, but we're going to get her. And they're not thinking about how Elizabeth Warren is today. They're thinking about her in 2015. They're thinking about her before they actually got to know everything about her. Because she said, I might run for president. It hasn't really been on my mind. People thought, what? will vote for you. She already had damn near every Democrat saying you and only you. And then she's like, and Hillary's like, take a step back. I'm going to do this. She's like, okay. People are like, wait, where's Elizabeth? What do we do? Well, Hillary's there. Yeah. Okay, Hillary. And Hillary came out and, basically she's basically Mama Warren, basically. And now you get daughter, you get Hillary 2.0, and that's what you got in Warren. Warren, I can't see too much because when someone says I will compromise,
I can only see the worst I can see Hillary as is Obama 2.0. I can't see her as Hillary 2.0 because Hillary was massively corrupt.
Just like Obama. Obama was fucking corrupt.
Oh no, he was corrupt. But it's a matter of scale, you know what I mean? Like, Obama was corrupt. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to ever say he wasn't. But he was at a level of corruption that still made him halfway passable as normal. Like, I saw a really old clip of Obama when he was like either a senator or like just an organizer. I don't remember which. Where he was endorsing Bernie Sanders and this other guy. And I'm like, shit, he always had the right words. He had the right words?
Yep. Had the right tone, the right words.
That's the thing.
I always curtail my words about Obama when I'm doing my videos. I'm always curtailing my words. I don't go as harsh as what's really in my head. I'm just going to let you know that straight up. I have a great disdain for Obama. And my shit is earned.
That's fair.
My shit is earned. All right. Obama had the chance of a lifetime to do the greatest stuff possible, and he screwed it over for money and to please his masters. That's it. And that's as polite as I can be.
And the very qualities that made Obama do that, I think are in Elizabeth Warren.
Exactly.
Yes, she's definitely saying all the right things. No, I don't trust her. It's just simple as that.
I cannot trust Warren. I can't. At first I did, I was like, why is Hillary running? Why is Warren not up there? What the hell is wrong with this planet? That's where I was, but that just, and now Warren, every damn month Warren proves why she sucks. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Can't I just remember you as decent? Why you keep ruining my shit? And it scares me because I'm like, what's going to happen? Am I going to end up here? Bernie's going to, let's say Bernie wins. He's like, you all fell for it. I'm going to ruin this shithole country. And I'm like, fuck, what happened? Why?
Nah, Bernie ain't like. It would be the most epic of trolls if that happened. Like, it would be so monumental that no comedy could ever top it ever again. But it ain't gonna happen. It's just too far out of left field, Yeah.
I want people to vote progressive. That's what I want. If you see them on the fucking ballot and you see progressive, they automatically get your fucking vote. Just do your research and make sure they're not some Democrat saying, I'm progressive just to get your vote. That's the only research you need to do. But I want everyone to vote for Senate, House, all of that shit. Progressive only. There's no such thing as a progressive Republican. All right? There's no goddamn such thing. Nope. Don't even try it.
I'm gonna have to bring out my lawyer manual and tell you about this one guy who was a very progressive Democrat, and he switched to the Republican Party because they were just that biased in his district.
This shit better be 1998 and up.
Huh? Yeah, it was for the 2018 election. Like his policies 100% were very progressive. You can't really dispute that.
I'm curious.
I can't remember his name, but he did run for the DNC chair. He ended up endorsing what's his name? Not Tom Perez, the semi decent one.
I don't know, man. Them motherfuckers is gone.
Yeah, I don't remember. The point is, like, he came with receipts on some of those conversations. Like, yo, here's a list of all the times you guys been fucking up. Like, he actually did that in one of their conversations. Like, he had a little notepad and like, yo, this is how you fucked up. This is how you fucked up. This is how you fucked up. Why are you guys fucking up?
And this person was a progressive on the Democratic side, clearly before the progressive word got to be a buzz, and he switched to go
Right.
Republican.
He switched to, he became a Republican in name only. In order to basically try to get rid of the tribalism bias. You understand?
And did it work?
It did not.
Damn straight.
I mean, hey, the strategy didn't work, but that is what you can't deny that he wasn't a progressive Republican.
In order for someone to remain stupid, they must remain tribalistic. It's hand in hand.
Yep.
So who was this dude?
But like his district was supremely Republican. So he was literally just trying to get over the Republican bias.
What was this dude's name? I don't know if I'd even recognize it, or I probably wouldn't be like, what the fuck? So because I don't get into politics like that. That's too deep. It seems stalkery to
Well,
me.
he was just an interesting case study that I remember. You know what I mean? Like he came up in a couple of YouTube stuff, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool.
All right. My words were that there is no such thing. But here's the thing: he's gonna be a Republican, but he's all progressive and stuff. He's not Republican. He's just Republican in name only. That's not a Republican, because to be a Republican, you've got to do all the Republican shit.
Right.
And I don't know if anyone's noticed this shit, but it gotten to the point where Republicans aren't center right. They are to the right. That's just it. They're to the right. Democrats used to be to the left. Now, Democrats, when Trump was running, they were center left. Now, the establishment Democrats are center right.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna talk to you later.
All right.
I really need to take that shower and junk.
All right, man. Get the Epsom salt going.
Yeah.
All right, you get the outro.
All right.